Morning, everybody. Welcome back to MAPOP Sports. This is Grandy. Hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. My weekend here is I'm in Iowa. I'm in central Iowa, visiting family for the holidays, things like that. So, and then right now, I'm actually meeting a gentleman, one of my guys that I actually sourced through, and he has some pretty nice, unique, I'd say raw cards that he's got a lot that I'm going to meet with him here shortly and take a look at. Stay tuned this week, guys, if you guys want. Feel free to follow. I'm going to be posting some videos once I get back to the Denver area. What I'm going to actually do is do a quick, little video of my pickups. I guess they do videos like that, right, people? But I want to show you guys some of the cool stuff. Nothing like I said, guys, I don't go into the super high-end stuff. So, but it's just kind of unique stuff that I'm picking up. I just want to show you guys. And then I think I'm going to do 2 videos. And the reason being because I did 2 pickups this weekend. Well, this one, and then I picked some other stuff up yesterday. Wasn't anything crazy, but it was super cool. And then I'll add my I actually got a submission back from SGC, so stay tuned. I'll do that this week. I do a couple videos of those, so should be fun. Today I definitely want to talk about there's gonna be 2 things I kind of want to talk about. Just kind of my mind was thinking, and what is getting picked up on my eBay store. So, as you guys know, I'm away from the house, on vacation, visiting family for the holidays. Sales have been up and down. I would say nothing crazy has been selling. When I say that, nothing high-end, nothing mid-end. Is a lot of low-end cards have been selling since I put the time away thing on eBay. So nothing, more than a couple dollars has been being sold, I guess, type of cards. A lot of my $1, $2 cards have been selling, so that's cool. That's been consistent. But anything above that, I've noticed have not, ever since I put the time away. So I don't know if that's correlates to one another or not, but yeah, just kind of give you just kind of where I am on sales on that. And then what's been really moving has been guys who are playing amazing. So whether it's in football, basketball, guys who have been putting up some, some high numbers. So for instance, right now, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for the OKC, I've been moving a lot of his cards. And then the other guy for football-wise, I guess you can kind of say, has been Joe Flacco. Go figure, right? Guy comes in off the bench, off the couch pretty much, and starts throwing touchdowns like they're Tic Tacs. It's kind of funny. I do have a few left, so if you guys want to go check out the store, don't forget, check out my store, help support me. The eBay store link is in the description, but I do have a few of his rookie cards left, so if you guys want to get on it for a couple bucks. But his stuff has been selling for me, surprisingly. Well, not surprisingly. It's just, like I said, it's one of those things when certain players, certain people do really well, everybody wants to pick up their cards. And there you guys go. So those are the 2 guys. I guess you can say, do I recommend buying them? I'll be honest. Joe Flacco, I mean, if you can get it for cheap, jump on it. But he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but I just don't see the huge upside because I don't know how far they're going to go. But at the moment, if you want to just jump on the bandwagon, I guess pick them up if you want. Unless you're just a pure collector, you want to collect some Joe Flacco stuff, which... there you go. Help me out, man. I got a couple of his rookie cards left. Shea, I think he's a good pickup. I think he's got good upside. I think a lot of the OKC players are good upside. So that's just my thoughts on it. Like I said, guys, take it with a grain of salt. So this is the thing. If you guys are first time here to this channel, or long time, whatever, awesome, appreciate it. But any advice I give you on who I'm picking up or who I think you should pick up, take it with a grain of salt, just like every damn YouTuber. Take it with a grain of salt, guys. Don't listen to them. They're just, creating content. I'm just kind of recording whatever I'm noticing. So they're creating content to be entertainment purposes only. So don't be taking your paychecks and putting it on or buying cards that, people are telling you to do. Just do whatever you want to do. It's your money. There you guys go. Another thing I really wanted to talk about today was, the funny thing was, one of my guys that, I sourced through, he had questions. He's like, so what is the market like out in Denver compared to Iowa? So I've done several shows now in Colorado, the Denver area, and I've done, obviously I've done many shows here in the central Iowa region. So there are many, I guess you said there's many similarities, many differences. So we can start with, if you guys are just wondering, I mean, this is just kind of information, overload. There you go. Doing the shows in Iowa and in Denver, Colorado area, similarities is that the passion is there. So both places, this is the thing. Some content creators are saying the hobby is dying, it's going to be dead. Guys, it really is not. If you go to these shows, and the cool thing is I really see a lot of kids and families really growing and continuously building this hobby, industry, business, whatever you want to call it. I don't see that going anywhere anytime soon. I see the joy and the excitement in all these kids, teenagers, and I just don't see that going away. I think sports is part of our culture, part of our livelihood, and that's never going to go away. So if sports, as long as sports is a part of that, I believe sports cards will also be a part of it. So that's just my thoughts at the moment. Things could change, who knows? Economy changes things, fluctuates, but the interest in it and the love for this industry and hobby, I just don't see it changing. So that's the big similarities I see between the two locations and the shows that I do, from the Midwest to, I guess you almost can consider, Denver, West Coast, semi in parentheses, I guess you call this. The biggest, you can definitely see the biggest difference is, so in central Iowa, everybody knows by now, I'm a huge Iowa Hawkeye fan. I also, support the Iowa State Cyclones whenever they don't play Iowa. But there's the huge base in Iowa. It doesn't matter if you're central Iowa, eastern Iowa, north Iowa. No matter where you do shows, or no matter what shows you go to in Iowa in general, it doesn't even have to be in central Iowa. There's always going to be a huge demand for the college players. That's the biggest difference. Now in Denver, the shows that I've been to, there's not a huge demand, huge influx of college, players, their cards and everything. So, like, the University of Colorado State University, you might run to a few guys who, are diehard fans, and they will collect some of the college players, whether it's college uni or professional uni, doesn't really matter. You'll run to a few of those. But in Iowa, boy, I mean, if you guys are watching it, if you're from Iowa, you know me, and you can attest to this. If you go to Iowa card shows, Iowa cards fly left and right, whether college uni or professional uni, it doesn't matter. That's the cool, whether you can say loyalty or whatever. It's just that to me, it's unique, because just to see Iowa Hawkeye fans, Iowa State fans really support and pick up these cards that are in college uni or professional uni, it really doesn't matter. I think it's definitely a big difference between the two states. I have a ton of Iowa Hawkeye cards, PCs, and stuff that I move quite a bit when I do shows here in Iowa, or just bring along with me. And I think that will always be the case. So that's, it might be, and this is the big thing, actually. I don't even say might be. It's because there's no professional teams here in the state of Iowa. So we focus primarily on our college teams. And I think we definitely put huge amount of focus and huge amount of dedication, collections into the college players here. Just, it is what it is. Now, don't get me wrong, just because we don't have professional teams do not mean in central Iowa you don't collect professional players, because there's tons. I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan, as you know, and I collect a lot of Chicago Bear PCs. So you'll see a vast variety of that. So that's another big difference. So in Iowa, since there's no professional teams, anything that's within a state, borderline, you'll see huge collections of, and you'll see people collect and wanting those. So everything from, let's just say, the Chicago Bears to Kansas City Chiefs to Minnesota Vikings to Detroit Lions to all of that stuff. So you'll definitely see that these people collect a lot of those things. So you're going to see a huge demand in those specific cards and specific teams. So that's the big difference. You see that because in Colorado, what do you see? Denver Broncos. You see a lot of tons of people who collect Denver Broncos stuff. And that's just kind of the way it is. Now, another big difference is since Iowa doesn't have a professional baseball team, we have a minor league, baseball team, and, local surroundings, you'll see, people interested in Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, cards like that. So Minnesota Twins, you'll see people, but it's not a huge interest, I feel, into that as much. There's a lot of people here that are interested in vintage, though, so that vintage baseball, so that happens quite a bit. However, in Denver, obviously, you guys have the Colorado Rockies, so you'll see a huge interest into baseball in that sense, and also huge interest into the, Colorado Avalanche, because, Avalanche, jeez. Trying to be proper how you pronounce that, but you'll see huge interest in that because of all the pro teams. So you see a lot of the local pro teams for Colorado. You'll see huge interest in that, and Colorado Rockies and baseball, things like that. So, and the Nuggets, Denver Nuggets, you'll see huge interest in that. So professional, having a state that has professional teams in basketball, football, baseball, you'll see a difference is that you'll see huge interest in those teams, and it feels like 90% are more interested in that. In 80%, I would say. So in Iowa, you see just a flux of different professional teams. So that's what I've noticed on that. Now, I was talking to my buddy, and we're just, this is the big thing that I feel is a big difference is that I don't know if it's just because of the population or whatever, but the collections and the stuff that are for sale in the Denver to Colorado area, it's way more high end. And when I say that is that, and I see a lot of stuff also move high end. So a lot of, 5-figure, cards move there. I see a lot of, even 6-figure availability of cards. I didn't see any sales for 6-figure cards, but I did see, like I said, I saw several sales of, in the 5 figures. It's nothing normal, and there's a lot of money that was being moved in the Colorado Denver shows that I saw. It wasn't something of I guess you say unnormal. In Iowa, I feel like was a lot of transactions, but there wasn't a ton of the high-end stuff that was moving as much. So people, and I feel like if that's the case, a lot of people don't carry super high-end in Iowa. Not to say that it is not as cool or not as good. It's just that I feel like the people who, the people who are doing the shows who own the higher end cards don't bring them to the Iowa shows as much, knowingly or thinking that they're not going to move them. And that's what I've noticed. So when people are coming to the Iowa shows wanting super high end, I'm sure people have them. I just don't see people moving them as much. So that's the biggest other difference I would say in Colorado and Iowa shows. So like I said, the Colorado shows, they have some unique cards and super rare and super expensive stuff. So that's the one thing I know. It's not my forte, so I can't sit here and say I know everything about high end and blah blah. This is the reason why it works here, it doesn't work here, or I could be wrong. Some people may be doing something behind the table or behind the scenes that I don't know. But that's just what I seen, and that's from my experience doing the shows and seeing at the show. So that's the biggest difference. I don't think either one is better or worse. That's my honest opinion. I feel like I love the Iowa shows, and the reason being because I get a lot of local talent that I like to collect, as a fan. So I'm not going to see the same card or same, you know, possible collections at a Colorado show, because hence there's probably not that many Iowa Hawkeye fans there, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool that I still do the shows here, or come and check them out. And then, like I said, just the Colorado scene, just to see the super duper high end stuff, and just to kind of see the difference of collections that people have, is definitely unique to see there too. So those are the I guess you can compare the biggest difference. And then the size, obviously another thing that's different is I feel like the Colorado shows, or at least the one that I went to, were quite a bit larger than the Iowa shows table wise. I think the last show I went to was over 300 so tables, I want to say. I could be, or 300 so vendors. At the Iowa show, the biggest one is in the Des Moines area. They do a pretty large one there, but I just feel like I said, the Colorado one's just a little bit bigger, and that's just because of population. Simple as that, I feel. You know, there's just more people in the Colorado area, in the Denver area, than there is in Iowa. So it's just a bigger city. Just, it is what it is. Other than that, that's, you know, I would say if you get a chance to go to both areas, check out the shows. That's one thing too. I want to tell everybody, go to the shows. They're super fun. Take your son and daughter. Most of these shows, kids under 12 years old are free. So if you have kids, your son, your daughter, I take my daughter whenever I can. Whenever she wants to spend a few hours with dad at a show, I take her too. The other kids, not so interested. Just my middle child. But take the kids, go check out a show, guys. Support it. It helps supports the local shows, helps supports the local stores, because a lot of, you know, storefronts go and do these shows too. So, you know, help support them. Go check them out. Super cool. Super. Get an opportunity to see kind of cards collection people gets to bring that they don't normally bring. So that's the unique thing too. And then you get to talk it up, man. You get to chop it up with people, talk sports, and you just can't go wrong with that. I feel like you go and you talk sports with people at the shows. You spend a day, half a day, a couple hours. It's just super fun, and it will keep building this industry, keep building the hobby that we love. So simple as that. Other than that, sorry rambling, guys, but I just wanted, like I said, it was kind of cool. I'm waiting for this guy. I'm going to show you guys all the lots, so stay tuned. If you guys watch this far, feel free, if you like this stuff, subscribe. If not, like I said, man, at every video, I will always thank everybody who watches my videos up to this point. Super appreciative. Subscribe, they're not, guys. So other than that, man, till next time, guys.